so excited to be here with you guys today. It is Mama's Day. It is so Sunday. And I'm just so excited as always to serve you guys, to love you, to motivate you guys, to inspire you. Oh, put in the chat. Let's just start with a grateful heart. Put in the chat. What are you grateful for? What are you grateful for today? I truly believe in my whole heart and my whole soul that gratitude is the secret, that gratitude is the medicine to shift us into whatever life that we want to live. I truly believe to the core of my being that gratitude is that secret sauce. You know, we may not like where we're at. Some days we may be sick, or some days we may feel unhappy, but there's always something. There's always something to be grateful for. And when we are grateful, when we can just find gratitude in just our ability to see, our ability to feel, our ability to just breathe clean air, it shifts. It shifts absolutely every single thing in our life. It will shift our health. It will shift our relationships. It will shift our finances. So please put in the chat, what are you grateful for today? What are you grateful for today? And let's just get this momentum started. I am grateful to be here with you guys. I am grateful to just be inspiring you guys and serving you. I'm grateful for Mother's Day. It is my new favorite day of the year. If you are new here, I'm a mama. My little boy just turned 1. He turned 1. I keep telling him, I keep saying, you're 1. We had his birthday party yesterday, and his birthday was on Thursday. And I'm just so grateful. I'm grateful to be living my passion. I'm grateful to be living my dream. I'm grateful to be here with each and every single one of you guys today. So thank you for joining. Do I have anyone new? If you are new with me, put in the chat new. If you are returning, put returning. And if you have no idea who I am, my name is Genna Rose Janetti Kendall, and I am on a mission of unconditional love. I truly believe that unconditional love is who we are to the core of our being. I believe in my core that unconditional love is possible. I believe that unconditional love is easy. And I'm on a mission to help people to awaken to the unconditional love that lives inside each and every single one of us. I believe that love is not something we do. I believe that love is not something we give. I believe that love is not something we receive, but love is a state of being. And when we are in our unique state of being of love, then we naturally receive the love we want. We naturally give the love that we want to give. And we naturally act in ways of love. And we do in ways of love. And so I'm grateful for you guys to be here for today so that I can serve you in this mission of unconditional love. And so if you are ready and you are willing to allow me to guide you deeper into love, then please put in the chat love. And just a few things before we begin. Take nothing that I say as fact. I believe that those many paths, those many different directions, those many different definitions, and there's no one truth. And so this is my beliefs. These are my truths. This is how I live my life through my, lived experience. And so if it resonates with you, then take it as yours. Use it. Play with it. And if it doesn't resonate with you and it feels off, if it feels icky, I invite you to just sit in it, feel into it, see if there's some resistance, if there's a lesson in it, if there's a teaching in it. And if it still doesn't feel good to you, then throw it away. Throw it away. This is your life. This is your path. And so take what resonates and throw away everything that doesn't. Okay. So everyone, thank you so much for joining. So today we are talking about quantum shifting into the life that we want to live. Today we're going to talk about healing our fear. We're going to talk about allowing our dreams to become a reality, allowing our dreams to bloom. And so before we begin, I'm going to invite us to just settle into this moment. I'm going to invite us for just a moment to just close down our eyes, to come into presence, to connect our beings with one another. And then I'm going to give us a beautiful talk today. I invite you guys to please talk to me, please comment, please communicate with me. Don't be a stranger. Tell me what's resonating. Tell me if something's not resonating. Keep the chat active. And if we have time at the end, I will lead us into a little meditation, ask any questions, and we're going to get started. All right, everyone. So I'm going to invite us to just close down our eyes for just a second. Just allow yourself to really just rest in this moment. Give yourself full presence. And just start to take a deep breath into your nose. Really feeling the breath in your nose. I want you to really focus on this breath coming in through your nose. Holding the breath for just a second. And then just slowly exhaling. Breathing out through your mouth. Breathing in through your nose again. Really feeling the breath. Coming into stillness, coming into presence. Holding that breath. And then exhaling anything that's not serving you. Again, bringing awareness to this breath. Seeing life, your body, your breath in a way that maybe you haven't before. Really becoming present. Giving yourself full presence now. To be here. To be still. Letting go of anything that came before this moment. Before you came on. And let go of anything that's going to happen after this moment. After this live. And letting go of the past and the future. And truly coming into the now. The power of the now. The presence of this present moment. The presence of this now. For this present moment is the present that we all seek. Really feel into that for just a moment. That this present moment is the present that we all seek. For this moment is all that we ever have. The past is gone. There's no changing it. And the future hasn't yet happened. It can shift, it can change in any moment. This moment, right here, this present moment, is the presence. We get to choose in this present moment if we're going to ruminate on the past and both the love of great memories as well as the pain of painful memories. You get to choose to be anxious in excitement, anxiousness of the future of what you desire, or the anxiousness of the feel of the future. All of it is in this moment. So feel into this present moment. Feel into love. Feel into gratitude. And invite yourself today to be in presence, to be in love, to be in peace. And just take one moment in complete silence to yourself. And then finally, just taking a breath in, breathing into love. And breathing out love. Imagining that every person that's here right now is sending you love. And that you're sending love back out. Radiating love. breathing lots of love in and breathing lots of love out. And then whenever you're ready, wiggling your fingers, your toes, noticing what you can feel, noticing what you can heal, noticing what you can smell, noticing what you can taste. And if you haven't yet opened up your eyes, notice what you can see. Welcome back, beautiful souls. Welcome, welcome, welcome back. How are we feeling today, everyone? So again, today we are talking about shifting into the reality that we prefer, letting go of our fears. Today we're going to dive into this sacred idea of the art of quantum shifting. We're going to uncover these hidden fears that block our dreams. And we're going to learn how to step into the timeline where love, where success, where fulfillment can coexist in harmony. How does that sound? And so the mantra I want you to ponder, in this workshop today and for the remainder of the day is, I am the cradle. I am the shift. I allow my dreams to bloom. I was meditating this morning, and today's Mother's Day. And this idea of expectation came to me, and I want to share a little bit about this because this is what came through today, is that we can't expect life to give us what we want. We can desire it, we can want it, but we can't expect it. We can ask people, we can ask the universe to give us what we desire. But if we don't receive it, if we don't get what we want from other people, if we don't get what we want from the universe, it is our responsibility. It is your responsibility, only your responsibility, only my responsibility to go and get it, to create it. We create our reality. Life will sometimes give us things that we do not prefer. But you get to choose what you do with what life hands you. You get to choose what to do with what someone gives you or doesn't give you. You get to choose how you respond to it. And we can feel sad, we can feel angry, we can feel overwhelmed, we can feel anxious. Those moments where those feelings can serve us, they can help us in our healing. But you get to choose how long you're going to hold on to your anger. You get to choose how long you're going to hold on to your sadness. I believe that it is important. I believe in my core of my being, it is important that we feel our sadness, that we feel our anger, that we feel these powerful emotions that don't feel so good. Because there's a lesson and there's a teaching in it. But what people often do is they hold on to the anger, they hold on to the sadness, they hold on to the bitterness, they hold on to the frustration way past the expiration of how long we are supposed to hang on to it. When we know what we don't want, we know more clearly what we do want. And so our anger and our sadness and our frustration, our stress, our anxiety, our happiness, our excitement, our joy, our love, all of these emotions, all of these feelings, they come to show us what we want. They come to show us what we desire. They come to show us what we prefer, what we need. They come to show us. But then it's our job to decide how long those feelings, whether it's I don't believe there's any negative feelings. But we get to choose how long the anger that we may not prefer to feel, how long the sadness we don't prefer to feel is going to linger. You get to decide how long that traumatic experience that you went through gets to live inside of you. You get to decide if you're going to be angry for the next 20 years over how life handed you a bad deck of cards. Or you get to decide to turn your mess, to turn your pain into your message and into your passion. You get to decide that. You get to create it. The truth is, some people search for happiness and other people create it. I want to invite you to be the creator. I want to invite you to ask for what you desire. I invite you to ask for what you want. Go ask your partner what you want for Mother's Day. Go ask your boss for a raise. Ask life for what you want. And sometimes you're going to get what you want in life. People are going to gift it to you. You're going to get your desire. But if you don't get your desire, if you don't get what you want, go and get it for yourself. Don't expect someone to do it for you. Do it for yourself. You get to create it. I want to invite you to just let this land in your heart for a minute. So I'm just going to pause for a moment. And I want you to really just take in everything that I just said. Take in this idea of when life doesn't give you what you want, what are you going to choose to do? Are you going to choose to throw a temper tantrum, to kick, to scream, to yell, to fight, to be angry, to be frustrated, to be traumatized? Or are you going to choose to get up and get what you want? Are you going to choose to throw a temper tantrum and then get up and get what you want? There's no wrong choice. There's truly no wrong choice. You get to choose what to do with your life. But just take that in for just a moment before we move on. Feel into that. I invite you to just think about something in your life where you didn't get what you want, where someone didn't gift you what you desired. What did you do? And how can you choose to do it differently? Maybe even put in the comments if it feels aligned for you. How did that feel? Put that in the chat. So I want to invite you to just ponder a couple questions. You can put this in the chat. You can journal about it. But where am I still waiting to receive something I must go and create? Where am I still waiting to receive something I must go and create? Put that in the chat. Where are you still waiting for something that you can go and create? Second, what am I afraid will happen if I claim that dream now? What are you scared will happen if you actually let go and you went and got it yourself? And third, what version of myself am I clinging to that is rooted in expectation, not creation? Where are you expecting something instead of creating it? If it feels good, I invite you to be open and honest and vulnerable and put this in the chat. And so next, I want to share with you, I'm going to read this word for word. This is what I wrote in my journal last week. And this has been lingering on my heart throughout the week. So I want to read it word by word to you. You can never see your own eyes or face, but you can see everyone else's? What if this means you are all of the people outside of you and you don't exist? What if the reflection in the mirror is all of the consciousnesses you previously experienced? What if there are infinite timelines, infinite parallel yous, all different, based on lived experience with shared DNA? Maybe where we end up is all about choice. And the very first choice that is made is the split of being a boy or a girl before we're born. And that the opposite version of you is out there somewhere. What if every version of you is just waiting for you to remember, and you can begin again at any time? So I wrote about that. I wrote this last week, and I've been pondering this all throughout this week about how, whether this is true reality or whether this is, imagination, I believe that all of life is a choice. I believe, this is my truth. Again, this doesn't have to be your truth, but I believe what I wrote. I believe that there's many different versions of us, right? Whether it's actually happening in a parallel reality or it's just imagination of different things, of us imagining a different path we could have walked down, right? We can imagine a time in our life where there was a fork in the road and you chose this one life, right? And you can imagine what could have happened if you chose differently. So there's another version of you. And I think that one of the reasons that we hang on to fear, one of the reasons we hang on to the past is because we ruminate on the path not taken. And I want to invite you to believe in your heart that at any point in your life, you can turn around and you can explore that path that's not taken. Again, you get to create this life. You get to create it. Your choices make the life that you live. You get to choose what path you're going to take in life. And that's how you start to quantum shift, as we're talking about today, into the life that you desire by making the choices of the preferred you that you want to be. You don't wait around waiting for life to tell you who to be or how to be. So many people are walking around allowing society and people and old conditioning to tell them who they are and who they should be. So many people are hanging on to past versions of themselves that they aren't anymore. You allowed someone, when you were a child, you were dancing around freely, playing, dancing, having fun. And you allowed someone to come in and say, you can't dance. You can't dance. You can't dance. You can't dance. And so now you have a voice in your head at 40 years old saying, I can't dance. I can't dance. I can't dance. Because you believed someone else's perspective of who you were instead of living in the fun and the joy of dancing, of knowing that you can dance. You could dance because you were dancing. And who gets to define what dancing looks like? You get to define your life. You get to define the meaning of your life. You get to define what life means. You get to define what it means to dance. You get to define what good artwork looks like. You get to define what a relationship looks like that you want to live. You get to define what good money is. You get to define what success looks like. So many people are comparing themselves to other people. Everyone gets to define their own definitions I'll never forget, I was living in China one time. And I was in China right before COVID hit. And I remember I used to go to this, we used to go out for nightlife. And I used to go to this bar at night and every single week. And there was always this homeless man. I don't know if he was homeless. I don't know his home situation, right? But he was, I guess you would call it a beggar, right? And he would sit outside this bar. And I'll never forget, it's one of those images that have planted in my head. And so I'm in China, and he was, a Chinese man. And he just sat outside of this bar with a complete smile on his face. Like he was happy, he was cheerful, he was joyful. And I remember the day before I saw this man, I had saw another beggar on the street who was frowning and he was upset and he was holding a sign, with all of the stuff, whatever was written on it. And I remember thinking in that moment that you get to choose how you're going to react to life. And I remember wanting, and I think I did give that man money because he was smiling, because he was happy, because he wasn't being a victim of his circumstances. He was deciding that no matter what life was throwing at him, whether he had a roof over his head or he was going to have money, that he was going to decide to be happy. And I remember looking at this man and genuinely, like he was genuinely happy. He wasn't faking a smile. He wasn't faking joy. Like he was just happy. And when I gave him the money, he put his hands together and he bowed down and he said, "Thank you." He said, "Thank you." Not in English, in Chinese. But you get to define what your life experiences mean to you. I've lived many different lives in this life. I now live in a home and I'm married and I have a beautiful baby. But there was a time where I actually chose to live in a desert in a tent without anything. And I can tell you that me living that life was not any less happy than the life I live now. Because I'm going to choose my happiness. I'm not going to wait for life to make me happy. Whether I've had thousands of dollars in the bank or my bank was overdrafted years ago in my early 20s. I'm no more happy now with six figures than I am when I had negative. My amount of money in my bank account does not define my happiness. Me being married to the love of my life doesn't make me more happy. Me being healthy doesn't make me more happy. I have the life that I'm living now because I chose to be happy when I was single. I chose to be happy when I was below money in my bank account. I chose to be happy when I wasn't feeling good in my moments when, I was sick. There may be a moment where I fall into victim, right? There was a moment where I'm like, oh, I'm sad about this, right? Or I'm angry about this, or I'm frustrated about this. Those moments in all of that, right? There was moments when I was single that I was feeling sad and I was feeling unloved and I was feeling unwanted. Just as those moments in my very happy relationship with my husband where I feel sad and I feel unloved and I feel unwanted. All of these feelings exist. So you get to choose. You get to choose the perspective that you are going to live your life with. Is this resonating? Put it in the chat. I want to see the chat. I want to see your comments. I want to see you talking to me. Is this resonating with you? Is this helping? So many people are scared to live the life that they want to live because in order to have what you dream of, in order to have the husband, in order to have the money, in order to have the health, right? The three things that everyone wants. You want money, you want love, you want health, right? We can all agree on that. Can we all agree? Put in the chat. I agree that we want love, we want health, we want money, right? The big three. You have to have a identity shift. You don't get what you want in life. You get who you are. You have to shift your identity of who you are to get what you want. Before I could be a wife, before I could have a husband, right? Before I could have a husband, I had to be someone that would have a husband. And to the person that I had to be to have a husband is to be a wife. And I remember thinking before I got with my husband, what would a wife look like? What would Genna be like to be a wife? Well, to be a wife, it means I'm being a partner. It means I'm being a team player. It means that I am loving. It means I'm being in service. Right? It also means that I do my own thing. You define these identities of what it means for you to be the person to have what you want. And then when you become it, that's when you have it. So if you want the $1 million, you have to embody what it means to be a millionaire. And again, you get to define how you will be as that person. You get to define how would a millionaire walk? How would a millionaire talk? How would a millionaire act? Right? How would a wife act? How would a wife, what would she embody? You then become that. You create it, and then you receive it. And so I want to go back to what we started with, this idea that you create your reality, that you can't expect life to give you what you want. You can ask for it, you can desire it, but eventually you go out and you get it. Some people wait for life to give them something to be happy about. Other people create it. And so that is how you start to shift. Your thoughts, you create your reality simply by this. This is the logical way that you create your reality. Your thoughts that you think become your words that you speak. The words that you speak become the actions that you take. The actions that you take become the habits that you do. And the habits that you do become the life that you live. Change your thinking, change your words, change your actions, change your habits, change your life. Those are the steps to quantum jump. You have to first shift your thinking. You have to shift your thinking out of victim consciousness, out of poor me consciousness. You can have it for a moment, right? But then you shift out of the anger, the frustration, the sadness. Then you shift the way that you speak, the words you say to people. You then shift your actions, how you're acting, how you're treating people, how you're treating yourself. You then start to shift your habits, how you're doing things, and then you shift your life. Is this resonating? Is this helping? And so I'm going to just take a couple minutes. If there's any questions, I want to invite you to put it in the chat. If this is serving you, put in the chat what breakthroughs you had. Put in the chat what resonated with you. Put in the chat what didn't resonate with you. Put in the chat any questions you had. And also, if you are a mom, put in the chat. If you are a mom, I would love to invite you into my core offering right now. It's called Mother's Daily Love. And it is daily inspiration. It is daily motivation for moms every single day of the year. 365 days of motivation, of inspiration, of love, of encouragement in a community of support of other moms, moms supporting moms. It includes a workshop like this every month. It includes a mama book club, and it includes so much more. And so if you are a mama, I would love to invite you into that community. This is my biggest identity right now. My biggest identity is mom. And so it makes sense that my work is embodying me as a mom. And so I invite you to just send me a message and just say, I'm a mom. And I would love to invite you to join that. So I'm just going to wait here for 1 minute and see if there's any questions. And if there's not any questions, I'll lead us in a real brief meditation. And then I think I'll close out early today because it's Mama's Day. And I want to spend my Mommy's Day kissing my baby. I want to be with my mama. I want to be with my little boy today. So I'm going to honor that today. So are there any questions? Thank you for the hearts. Thank you for the love. If this served you today, I invite you to leave a donation of gratitude. It is never expected, but it's always appreciated. I invite you guys to reach out to me if you crave any support, any love, any encouragement. I invite you guys to message me. If you're a mom, tell me you're a mom, and I'll invite you into Mother's Daily Love. And check out all that I have on my platform. And very last thing. So I go live every Sunday for Soul Sunday at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Every single workshop that I do, every one of these lives, every meditation that I record, all of my courses are created by you. So I have people who message me and say, hey, can you talk about this? So if there's anything you would like for me to talk about, put it in the chat and I will create it for you. I will create a live, I'll create a meditation. It's all for you. So tell me, what is it that you need? What is it that you desire? What is it that you're wanting? What are you working through right now? What are the struggles? What are the love in your life? Let me know. And I'm here to serve you. I'm here to help you. So if there's no questions, I'm going to invite you to just close down our eyes for a minute, and I'll lead us in a little meditation. If you are not interested in the meditation, I invite you guys to lovingly, go about your beautiful day. And if you are going to stay for the meditation, it will probably be a real short one. It's going to be probably less than 5 minutes. But just a little grounding to bring us back into our day. So if you're leaving, thank you for joining. And if not, let's begin. So I invite you to just close down your eyes. Start to take a deep breath in. Take a deep breath out. Breathing in. Breathing out. Take another deep breath in, really feeling into this present moment. Setting your intention. And I want you to just bring into your mind's eye, your third eye, the spot right between your brows, who you see yourself as today. I invite you to see yourself as you are sitting here, standing here, in your name, in the way you identify yourself, the titles you give yourself. See your relationships, see your health, see your finances. See yourself as you are today. And just notice how it feels in your body. Have a very visceral experience, a sensational experience. What does it feel like to be you? Letting go of the mind, coming into the feeling, the body. For the body keeps score. And just ask yourself and then rest in this feeling. How does it feel to be you? And notice in your body how it actually feels. Notice where in your body you're having the sensations. If there's any pain, if there's any tightness, any contractions, any sensations, I invite you to breathe into that spot, allowing it to speak, allowing it to be there. Just breathe into it. Breathe out. Observing these feelings without creating a story, without creating words. Just feel it. Breathe into the tightness and breathe out. If there's joy, if there's happiness, if there's expansion, breathe into that and allow that excitement, that joy, that good feeling to expand throughout your body. Imagine this good feeling as a light that expands throughout all of your beingness, lighting you up. Feel into that which you are today. And then imagine as if you are looking outside of yourself as another being. Imagine a different version of yourself, a more preferred version of yourself. Imagine the version of yourself that you want to be, you want to become. The version of yourself that has what you desire, that is living the life that you want to live. And start to just observe this different you. Notice what about this version of you that you're looking at is the same. And observe what about this version of you is different. How are they different in embodiment? How are they the same in embodiment? Maybe even ask this version, what do I need to know? What do I need to do? What wisdom do you have for me to shift into this version of you, this version of me? And just rest for a moment in the silence. And notice what you heal. Notice what you feel. Getting out of the mind and really listening. Allowing the wisdom to come. How does it feel to be this version, living this dream life? Is this dream you? Notice the feeling. Does this version have more joy? Does this version have more excitement? Does this version have more happiness? And then imagine that you are stepping into, you are walking into this future you, this different you. You are walking into it, quantum jumping, quantum shifting into this version, feeling the feelings that this version of you feels, to then live the life that you want to live, to be the you that you want to be. Breathe into this and breathe out. Breathing into these feelings, embodying it, becoming it. And breathing out. Everything that you dream of, everything that you desire, everything that you want to become. You want it because you believe that you're going to feel better in the having of it. It's never about the thing. It's always about the feeling. The secret is to feel it before you have it. To feel the happiness. To feel loved. To feel rich. To feel healthy. When you feel it, you then won't need it. And then you will have it. Need isn't sexy. Desire is sexy. Feel it. Create it. Go and get it. Choose it. Breathe into this. And breathe out. You are the creator of your reality. Change your thinking to then change your words, to then change your actions, to then change your habits, to then change your life. Take a couple breaths in, and then when you're ready, slowly invite yourself back into the space, wiggling your fingers, noticing what you feel, noticing what you hear, noticing what you taste, noticing what you smell, and then finally opening up your eyes and notice what you can see. Welcome back, beautiful souls. Welcome back. Thank you so much for joining today, everyone. I love you. I am so grateful for you. I'm so appreciative of you. Thank you for giving me the pleasure to serve you guys today. If you missed any of this today, the replay will be available on my YouTube channel. You can look up Genna Rose Genetti and subscribe there and watch the whole replay there. I love you guys so much. If there's any material, anything that you're desiring, any workshops, any themes, any topics that you guys desire, please send me a message. My inbox is always open. And if you're a mama, I would love to invite you into my mama community. Just send me a message saying I am a mama Thank you, Emma, for that donation. Thank you so much. It means so much. It's never expected, but it's always appreciated. I'm so grateful for it. Every donation really shows me that it's serving and it's helping. So thank you guys so much. I love you so much. I love you. Have a good day, guys. Bye. I'll see you next Sunday.